What's going on, guys? We got a post Cyberstorm Access deck profile today. I'm here with KP.
Yeah,
Let's
I
get
got
into it.
Purrely with the new cards. I played the Crystal Beast engine, so you gotta play the Eagle because this one you can normal summon it, put it on top of your deck, and then it makes the trap live. So if you brick, you can unbrick yourself.
Gotcha.
3 of the regular Purrely.
Oh yeah.
It's like a pot of prosperity, but for 3. And then you can also reveal one from your hand to XE summon using one that has that quick plays name in its text.
Okay.
This is the new one, Lily. This one's very good. This is the only one that has once per turn effects because they're really strong. You can add any of your Purrely cards except for the quick plays, and then you can also use one in your quick play in your grave to XE summon. So that makes it a lot more consistent.
All right.
For some hand traps, 3 Droll. It's one of the best ones right now. 3 Ash, and 3 Nib. These could be pretty much any hand traps or tech cards that you like.
Gotcha.
But these ones are just some really powerful ones. This deck lets you draw a lot, so you get to draw into these hand traps.
Nice.
For spells, I'm playing the Secret Village engine. The Crystal Beast trap, you can search it, so it's pretty consistent.
Oh, that's broken.
Lock your opponent out. It's really good against the runic decks and just in general.
Yeah, that's good.
One of the Purrely field spell, if you're not playing the Crystal Beast engine, you should probably play more of this card, but since I have the Crystal Beast engine, it makes it a little bit more consistent.
Gotcha.
3 of the main searcher. You pay 500, reveal 3 Purrely cards, and you get 1 added to your hand randomly. And then the other good effect is if your XE leaves the field, you can add up to 3 from the grave of your quick plays back to your hand. So it really helps you rebuild. If you get kaiju'd, you get a lot of pluses.
Yeah.
This one, you can choose a card on the field, can't be destroyed by card effects the first time, and when it's attached as a material, it can give you extra attacks per copy, so really you can get up to 4 attacks, so that's pretty good. And they all let you special summon. This one, you each gain 1,000 to special summon, and then its bonus effect's really strong. While it's equipped to, well, as a material of an XE, you can send another card you control to the graveyard, target a card your opponent controls, and attach it as a material. So if you have multiples of this, you can take a lot of your opponent's cards.
Okay, that's pretty good.
This is the new one that's really, really good. And even with Duelist Nexus, it's even stronger because you'll get an XE with it. But for right now, you can make it to where the next battle or effect damage you take is 0, and then you can discard to special. But the main reason that this card's broken is when it's under your XE material, you get to draw a card per copy for your XE. So what you can do is you can draw up to 3 and then use your trap to XE summon on top of that and then draw another 3. So you can draw up to 6 cards in your opponent's standby phase, and hopefully you're drawing all of these.
Okay. And how come this card is like the outline of it is like white? What is that?
I don't know.
What is that supposed to be?
Oh, they all kind of do that too, I think. Yeah, I think it's just the art.
Is that just how all the spells are? They have like an outline?
They have an
around
outline inside the outline.
them?
Inception. Outline on an outline.
Yeah, it's almost like they're in a different dimension or something.
This is the best one right now. It lets you summon the Plump. Plump lets you, this is like the most consistent way to getting your Noir out, so this one's really strong. But this can make it to where a monster on the field can't be destroyed by battle until the end of the next turn. So that can kind of come up with different plays. But also when it's under a XZ material, you gain 300 attack per copy for each XZ material you have. So if you have 3 under an XZ, you gain 900 per material. And if you get like 10 materials, you're looking at 9,000 attack and defense. So it gets kind of crazy.
Wow.
And then another tech card, playing 3 talents. A lot of hand traps are going to be in this format. So if they ash one of your plays, you can draw 2 more to hopefully keep playing. Or if you have a really strong hand already, you can rip a card out of their hand. And going second, obviously, you just take a monster is really strong. Against XZ-based decks, you can take their monster, then overlay a Zeus, so you get to keep it. So that's pretty strong.
Yeah, I've noticed this card is being live a lot more often.
Yeah, it makes it a lot more consistent.
Yeah.
One of the Purrely trap You could play more copies of it, but really once you get set up once, you probably win in the duel anyway. But this lets you cheat out an XE on top of one of your monsters. So you draw 3 cards, use this to XE on top, and then draw 3 more.
And you search this in the combo?
Yeah, you can search it in the combo.
Okay.
There's a couple ways to get to it. The new Lily can search it, or the continuous spell, you can pay 500 and hopefully get it, but that's more risky.
Exceed coming out in the next set.
Yeah, that one's way better.
Right.
That makes this way more consistent. But the only downside to this card is during your next end phase, the XZ that you summoned on top has to go back to the extra deck, and the materials go to the grave. But usually on your following turn, you're like overlaying a Zeus, or there's another combo you can do. You can use all of your materials up under it, attack and die on purpose, like crash into a monster. Use this effect to add your 3 materials back, and then now you have enough gas to rebuild your whole board.
Wow.
So that's a cool combo.
Really solid.
And then last 3 is the Crystal Beast Trap. It's just really OP.
Yeah, if you just want to get that.
Because this deck, you discard all your cards to get your special summons.
Oh yeah.
And this gives you a +2. So it's the best card you could discard.
Nice.
Some people like the Dark Worlds or the Lavalval engine, but this is the best in my opinion.
Okay.
This is realistic for going for Zeus, overlaying 2 of your level 1s. This is one of the best ones for going first, is it's 2 bounces you can set up. This is because of Secret Village. This card's really broken. If it's targeted, you can detach 1 to negate the effect and destroy the card.
Nice.
So if they summon like the Kashtira, Fenrir, and trying to attack and then banish it, let's just say like that's what they're trying to do, then you can negate destroy it, because it can't be destroyed with battle the first time.
Right.
And then they can't activate their spells, so they're probably pretty locked down.
Yeah, pretty protected.
So this is really strong.
Okay.
2 of the Plump. This is the most consistent way to Noir. When you activate a quick play, you can also banish a monster till the end phase. I don't use it too often for that, but the really strong effect is quick effect. You can target up to 2 spells and traps from each other's graveyards to attach to it. So on their turn, if you leave this on the field, maybe against like a runic player, you can target their 2 engrave attached to it. That prevents draws.
Yeah.
And only that, you just get a bunch more materials for your Noir later.
Yeah. There's a lot of spells and traps right now that's probably good to take.
Or if they imperm you on your turn when you're doing your combo, if you can play through it and you get to this, you can attach the imperm, so it's an extra material.
Nice.
2 of the Beauty. This one is like an effect failure, or like a negate, like an imperm or effect failure.
Yeah.
And it's a quick effect if it has the quick play under it. And then if you activate a quick play, you can change the battle position of a monster. That can kind of come up if you're playing the Santa Claus, it's kind of like a kaiju, but it summons in defense. You can change it to attack position and then attack over it. So that's kind of good. This one's kind of crazy. It's like one of the best cards in the game.
Jeez.
What you can do is you get to
That
search every time you battle, and you can battle up to 4 times. So you basically get 4 searches while attacking. And then also every time you attack, you half your opponent's attack points. So if it's in, you can kind of combo with other cards.
Yeah.
So if you put it to where your opponent's monster can't be destroyed with battle,
okay.
and you attack it 4 times, you can maybe kill him.
Yeah, I can see now how this can get kind of broken.
Yeah, and then like, so usually you'll have like 1 of this under it, because that's how you make it. It has this name. You start off with 2 attacks, so you can attack, search this, make it to where that monster can't be destroyed with battle, attack again, search another copy, attack again, search another copy, and up to 3 times you can attach new cards to it.
Yeah.
So it gets kind of out of hand pretty quick. And then it just cheats out a quick 5 material no air too. This is just to overlay for Zeus. 2 no air. It's the
Do you really
best
need
card.
this when you're
Just because you can do this.
you got so many materials on it already?
I mean, if you already have a lot, you might as well just add 1 more.
Yeah,
So like,
so.
if you have like an odd number, it helps even out the number. Like, let's
Okay.
say you would have
You're
had
like
a 5
1
material
short.
Zeus, now you're a 6 material Zeus.
Got you.
So I mean, it can come up.
Okay.
But this is like the towers of the deck. If it has 5 or more materials, your opponent's activated card effects don't affect it. There are some cool ways to get it around it, like the new Kurikara or Gamma Steel, kaijus, different things like that. But it's like a quick effect. Like, one person I dueled against with this card, they basically said they decided to make a more broken Trident, like a Trident that's more than once per turn, unaffected by everything, and you can do it more than once per chain. Like, it's just insane. It's like one of the best cards ever made.
Yeah.
But you get to detach 2 materials from it, target a card on the field or in the graveyard, and put it to the bottom of the deck. So I mean, a lot of times if your opponent has like a 6-card hand, you can get rid of at least 3 of their cards, and if you have hand traps on top of that and other plays, like, they pretty much can't beat you. So that's really good. And you're drawing up to 6 maybe on top of all that.
Okay.
The Zeus,
Right.
obvious. Some links. This one, just because the monsters are level 1, if they slip up and put something in the wrong zone, you might end their career.
Pretty good.
1 IP and 1 Appaloosa. These can kind of be anything you want. It's just kind of like have some extra space. But if you end on this and they kaiju you, that's already 3 materials. If you have another monster, you get to make a 3 material Appaloosa on their turn. So I mean, that can kind of hurt them too. They just kaiju'd you, and you plus a lot. So like, let's say you have this and you're nowhere, so they give you the kaiju. If you have the continuous spell, you get to add up to 3 from grave. So you add these 3. If you have the field spell, you also get to summon a monster, and that could potentially get you a card. So you have like a ton of cards, and then now you make the Appaloosa.
Oh yeah.
So it can kind of get out of hand.
Right.
So that's kind of how that comes up if people were wondering. But
Okay.
I think that pretty much does it for the deck profile. I don't really have a side deck. That kind of just depends on your locals. Just want to show you the new cards.
One thing I wanted to ask you is, where do you think Purrely falls as far as like the next format's meta tier list?
I would say
guess?
it's a top 3, if not top 2 deck.
Okay, so you don't think it's going to be tier 0, but it's definitely going to be one of the tops?
Yeah, I would say maybe when the Duelist Nexus set comes out, if there's no hits to the deck, then I'd say then it's a little bit more insane. But for right now, I mean, you can have like inconsistent hands, but I mean, if you get set up and people side for you, I mean, it can kind of go either way.
Okay. All right, thanks for the insight, and thanks for the deck profile, man.
All right, thank you.
Yep.